Look, I think if I was going to try to blow up a podcast, the biggest thing that I would just do and focus on is just create the content around painful problems that feel urgent, that the ideal listeners I want to attract want to solve right now. So again, I'll say that again, creating a podcast around painful problems that feel urgent enough that makes the audience I want to attract want to solve it right now. If I think about the best clients that we've had that have grown the fastest, their show is positioned as the perfect solution to their dream client's painful problem. One of our clients called Ben, his podcast went from breaking the chains from 9 to 5. After 2 years, barely grew past 40 listeners per episode, to then blowing past 500, 600, 700, 800 downloads per episode when he positioned the show as a solution to painful problems for electricians. It was all about Toolbox Talks for Electricians, how to reduce time, how to reduce stress, save time, and make more money as a self-employed electrician. Again, painful problems they wanted to solve. So his podcast blew up and grew way faster. Another example would be one of our clients called Laura. Her podcast before was all about general leadership, communication style kind of show, interview-based. Whereas we then helped her position her show targeting introverts who are struggling to become recognized in leadership roles and struggling to be promoted. Again, a very painful problem for introverts who aren't getting recognized, struggle with communication. It's a painful problem. And all of a sudden, her show blew up massively. She became the number one leader because her podcast helped those introverts solve their problems by building executive presence. Now, her podcast last year earned $100,000 because she launched a brand new coaching program off the back of her show. That was only possible because her podcast attracted a bunch of people who had the problem her business solved. And that helped her, of course, grow her reach and her sales too. So again, the fastest way to grow a podcast is by really understanding, hey, the ideal customer I want to attract into my business, what are their most painful problem they want to solve right now? How do I just present the podcast as the perfect solution to those painful problems? When you do that, the podcast will grow. The problem is most people's podcasts are very broad, very generic. It's not really positioned as a solution to a specific problem that's urgent. So you make content and you get some views and some reach, but that doesn't drive your business results.